Hey everyone, welcome! Guess what? Daily review. I'd like to start this out by saying snow. Snow, 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 more snow. Yep, welcome to South to frickin' Dakota. Yeah, we got more snow again. This time it looks like about 3 inches. Is what we're looking at. Is about 3 inches of accumulation. It's not quite midnight yet, but the snow, for the most part, is stopped. Um, yeah, the streets are horrible, and people have forgotten how to drive in this stuff. They're either going way too dang fast, or they're going way too slow. And you know what happens when fast drivers meet slow drivers? Yeah, so there was some accidents again today, and there'll be some more accidents tomorrow. People are in a hurry, and if you just drive sensible, it's not that big an issue, really. Uh, you can almost go the speed limit if you drive sensible, almost. What I consider aggravating is when people are going 25 and a 35, and there's nobody else around them. Okay, I, for the most part, can go pretty close to the speed limit, and I'm no great driver. Okay, I'm not a particularly expert driver or anything. I just, I just know to drive sensible. You don't do jackrabbit starts. You don't do slamming on the brake stops. You can't expect to stop suddenly. So if you're gonna stop, you got to give yourself a distance. you know. And slamming on the brakes never works on ice or snow. Never. Um, you got to pump them. Okay, you got to pump the brakes. By pumping the brakes, I mean like stepping halfway down and then letting up real quick. Halfway down, letting up. Halfway down, letting up. Down, up, down. And you just pump it slowly. You don't sit there and go, slamming on it like that. No, you gotta give it time. Um, yeah, colds are coming around again now. People I know have come down with colds and stuff like that, and I don't know. I wanted to have a fire pit this weekend, but according to the advanced outlook, it's supposed to be snow and more cold weather, so I don't know. This weather itself isn't that big a deal to me. Um, Hence the reason why I live in this kind of climate. You know, if it was that big a deal, I probably wouldn't be living here. I mean that's the way you got to think of it. You know, I'm not happy with the cold. Okay, I'm not happy with the snow, but it's not going to force me to move on somewhere else, and it's certainly not going to be the end of my life. You just learn to deal with it, man. That's what it comes down to. You learn to deal with it. As long as you're sensible in everything you do, it's not a big issue. Um, I Day went normal. Okay, I'll tell you right now, the day went pretty normal. Normal. I didn't have any severe issues. Couple run-ins at work, of course, but that's just the way people are. It's not that big an issue. You run into problems every now and again, and sometimes you just kind of let it go in one ear and out the other, and then other times, you got to sit there and you got to take a stand. You got to sit there and say, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Especially I'm one of those people that don't like to be accused of something that I'm not guilty of doing. I mean, if I'm guilty of doing something, by all means, chew me out. Okay. If I did something wrong, yeah, teach me. Show me. Okay, that's my attitude. But if I didn't do something wrong, don't accuse me of something I don't do. That's like saying I shot Kennedy. Okay, I wasn't even around then, okay? To accuse me of something that's completely stupid and idiotic, that's usually where I take a stand, okay? Especially when, I'm not I haven't been there the longest, I'm not the best person in the world, but, my actions speak louder than words, I mean, and that's what it comes down to. And when people say and do something and accuse me of something that I'm not guilty of, yeah, I get a little irate. You're dang right I do. That's like the times when I got back from the military. I come back here on leave, and I was accused of things that I supposedly was doing when, hell, I wasn't even in this dang country. Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave where I'm at, come all the way from where I'm at. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get here, but I don't know, take a boat, and then fly or train or something. I don't know, just to do whatever it was that I supposedly did. And then quick, drive and fly and wherever I needed to go to get back to where I was at. Yeah. No, I'd say being in a different country in the middle of the ocean, or like way, 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 way on the other side of the United States, with an ocean separating you. Yeah, I think that's alibi enough. It's kind of funny because I was accused of a great many things when I was younger, and there's no way in heck I was even around half the time when that happened. I was in Ohio one time, and I got this phone call from my sheriff's department was looking for me, and I'm thinking, what the heck did I do? So, told me I needed to call, this number and that. So I called this number and I talked to the sheriff's department in South Dakota here. And they were looking for me, and I had a bench warrant, and I was going to be arrested and all this other stuff. And I'm like, give them my name, I give them my social security number, I tell them everything. And, it's this state attorney is going to prosecute me. And so they put me in the connection with the state's attorney's office, and I talked to the state attorney office, and I says, you know what, I'm in Ohio right now, and I've been in college here for quite a while. What's going on, man? You mind filling me in? So the state's attorney's telling me what's all going on, and I got this case I got up here before and everything else. And I said, you know what? I can be there as soon as I can, all right, to appear in court. But I'm going to get a letter of recommendation of where I'm at and everything else from the state institute where I'm going to school. I'm going to bring this with me. And he goes, why don't you just have them fax me it? I'm like, okay. So they fax him a copy. We get the cover letter back saying, yeah, who it went to and where it came from and everything else. And he sent a notification back that he received it. And, I mean, we're talking four teachers, the administrator, and even the pastor of the place, okay? And needless to say, I had like 7 witnesses, as to where I'm at. And so then the next day I call him to talk to him, one-on-one. And I got to talking to him, and he's like, you know what, Tony, I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to dismiss you of all these charges because obviously you're not the guy we're looking for. Somebody just must have used your name. We've got your description here on file of what you actually look like, and it doesn't match the description of the person that was was falsifying your name. And I said, well, why don't you give me the description of who it was? And so they started giving me a description, and I could give them 3 different names that were people that I thought that knew me when I was younger that might be using my name that looked similar. And you know what was funny? Is actually one of them was. The police caught up with them. what, about 3 or 4 months later, I received a phone call from the state's attorney's office. A little message got sent to the thing, thanking me for my tip. Thank you. I'm like, dude, I didn't give you nothing, man. I just told you who it might be. I didn't tell you who it was. You guys had to do all that yourself, you know. And that's kind of brings me to my point today. Um, Things we do, give the people tips and hints and stuff like that, but ultimately it comes down to them having to do things for themselves. People having to take that first step. You know, giving people hints and pushes and tips and everything else is really pointless. It really is pointless. So those of you that there's self-help books and things, there's one key word to that: self-help. Self-help. Somebody gives you some advice. It's just advice. Okay. The self-help comes into the point of you doing it yourself. You know, otherwise it's, dictatorship. Yeah. And I'd be honest with you, I think some people actually need dictatorships. They wouldn't be around if they didn't. You know, some people do need that kind of direction. You know, otherwise most people can actually do things on their own for themselves, and with a little bit of direction and influence, and some kind of positive influence. They're like, yeah, hey, that's cool, and then they take it upon themselves to do whatever they need to do. So that's the lesson today, and that's the point I'm making. So self-help. Remember, self-help. Self-help. Do it yourself, man. Nobody's going to do it for you. We'll give you the advice you need, the guidance and the support you need, but you got to do it yourself. And it doesn't matter what it is. You do it yourself. You really can't rely on anybody else to do anything. And those people that actually have to go through life doing nothing but relying on other people, they're weak. They're weak, you know. They're dependents. They're not independent. They're dependents. You know, that's why when you file taxes, there's a difference between a dependent, okay, and head of household. Head of household's a breadwinner. Head of household's the one that's doing the motivation, the encouragement, the direction, the bringing the finance. He's the head of household. He's not a dependent. Everybody else is depending on them. Remember that. Come tax time. That's what this is about, tax time. Direction. Motivation. But you guys have a good one. My fingers are about to freeze, so and I've only been under 15 minutes. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. And this isn't the end of the day, but it's getting close. Bye for now.